We are entering the new paradigm. And what the heck does that actually mean? Let's talk about it. So the old paradigm is referring to this very long era that we are kind of moving out of, defined by external power structures. That means centralized control, the church, banks, universities, corporations, and so on. Going to school, getting married, moving into a white picket fence home, getting a nice, stable job. I say that in quotes because we know that jobs don't actually provide stability. They provide the illusion of security, right? We're just putting our destiny in someone else's hands. Having children, repeating the cycle. That is old paradigm. A lot of that rejects individuality and truth-seeking. It's all about conforming, trying to fit in with these external systems and structures while undermining our own inner authority. So people who are still living in the old paradigm are people who are still adhering to these structures. Oh, somebody barking outside. It is essentially finding our value, our purpose, and our authority from outside of ourselves. So what is the new paradigm then? What else could life possibly look like if not that? Well, there is a reality in which people stop looking for guidance, authority, validation from out there, from those people, from the institutions, and they start looking for it in here. Not only is that a possible reality, but I think it's our future. And not only do I think it's our future, but I think it is our path to survival as a species. COVID forced people to learn how to work remotely. And not just how to work remotely, but taught us as a collective that it's possible for us to all function and do our jobs and while being a little bit more independent. It was a small step, but a major step at the same time. We also have more advanced technology now, where you don't really need to pay so much money to go to college to be incredibly skilled or become an expert at something. You can watch YouTube videos, you can find books, there's so many ways in which you can get an education. You can use AI now. And in fact, not only that, but these forms of education are more advanced, they're more up to date. They have better access to information. A lot of the institutions we'll see in the old paradigm are very slow to progress. The government, I forgot about that one, how did I forget that? Universities, banking, all of these things, if you haven't noticed, their websites are like all kind of barbaric, slow, terrible to use. A lot of the time, they're like the most behind because they are not the future. The future is in AI, and it's in us. I think the foundation of the new paradigm is in self-empowerment and self-guidance, and using AI as a resource and a tool for that. Another thing is that it's easier now for entrepreneurs to get started in a business. Easier now than ever because we have YouTube, we have Instagram. With the internet, not only can you start and get your voice or your message or your business, whatever it is, out there quickly, but you can scale very easily because you can reach millions of people very, very easily from one place in the world. You can educate yourself very easily from anywhere in the world. We don't need to rely on institutions to be successful or stable. In fact, they are the last things that I would personally consider as stable in this point. I think it's very fortunate because this says the future is in our hands now. The path to security in the future is starting to identify like who am I and what did I come on this planet to do and what's my path to get there, and start maybe reverse engineering that. Don't get me wrong, that is a whole process in of itself, but there are tools now for free to help you get there. ChatGPT, YouTube. The internet is vast, a vast, vast place. All you need to do is have the right questions and the right goals, or at least some inkling of like, what do I enjoy? What makes me happy? And then moving towards that, sometimes you don't figure it out right away. You have to try a million different things and realize, okay, not those, so what's left? I knew I wanted to do some kind of coaching or teaching and something to do with living authentically, self-empowerment, deconditioning, that kind of stuff. But I didn't know how. I didn't know what the medium was gonna be. So anyway, it takes time, but we have the resources now to figure it out, and we have the resources to implement. The future is not only in entrepreneurship, it's in self-guidance and self-direction. And we really need to start letting go of these external structures because they are collapsing in front of our eyes. I see a future where authenticity is the currency. Your energy is your currency, where people no longer care what you're doing, how much money you're making, all the social niceties that are so full of shit and so outdated are going to become so irrelevant, because people care now more than ever about who you truly are and if you're in alignment with that person. And if you're able to hold space for other people living in alignment, living authentically, and in congruence with their values. Because that's where resonance comes into play. That's how you can develop an audience. That's how you can meet people who are truly important. And that's how you actually make an impact. You don't make an impact going into these outdated systems and structures, using outdated information, shrinking yourself down. I don't know how much of the future is set in stone or already in motion and how much we have control over, but I will say this: if we want to take the future back in our lives, this is how we do it. We stop engaging in the old paradigm and we start embodying the new paradigm. We start showing up authentically. We start speaking our voice, and we start creating the future that we want to see. The future is in our hands. We just have to choose to stop handing it away. All right, well, let me know what you think about that in the comments. If you have any questions, ideas, thoughts, I want it all. Thank you for being here, and definitely more on topics like this. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more on stuff like this. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.